Tonight, September 17th, a divine clock whispered your name. I was commanded to find you. 45 minutes remain. A heavenly decree was opened, and your name burned upon the page. Not just yours, but the inheritance of your bloodline. If you walk away now, that promise will pass to another. Tonight, you will feel a sign, a knock, a flicker, a vibration. Do not explain it away. Whisper only, I hear you, Lord. Stay. Every breath you give now is a seed. The clock is running, beloved. Do you feel the weight of those words pressing into your chest? This is not ordinary. This is not coincidence. You were drawn here because heaven demanded your attention. For too long you have thought yourself overlooked, forgotten, cast aside. But listen, no soul hidden in God is ever abandoned. You are not here by accident. You are here because eternity has collided with time. And tonight is the hour of unveiling. 40-5 minutes. That is all the window heaven has declared. You are standing in a divine countdown, and what happens in these moments will echo through years you have not yet lived. If you stay, chains will break. If you remain, doors will swing open. If you believe, the decree will not fade, but will unfold before your very eyes. But if you walk away now, if you dismiss this as nothing, then what is yours may be given to another. This is not a threat, my child. It is a warning written in fire. I speak to you not as a man, not as a stranger, but as a messenger of light. Archangel Michael, servant of the Most High, one who has stood in courts where decrees are sealed and judgments written. And I tell you the truth, tonight, in the court of heaven, a page was opened. On it, your name glows. On it, your bloodline trembles. This decree has waited, pressed down by generations of prayers, longings, and tears. It carries the inheritance of those who came before you, those who begged heaven for something better, those who whispered in their graves for a future you are now standing in. That decree is not a metaphor, it is alive. And tonight, it has found you. But here lies the suspense, the hidden thread most never see. Decrees do not simply fall into your lap. They demand recognition. They press against the natural world, leaving signs, subtle but undeniable. That is why, before this night is over, you will feel it. Perhaps a knock when no one is at your door. Perhaps a vibration when your phone is silent. Perhaps the flicker of a light where no flame burns. The natural will bend under the pressure of the supernatural, and heaven will leave its trace at your side. Do not explain it away. Do not harden your heart and say, coincidence. No, whisper only, I hear you, Lord. For that whisper will mark the turning of the page. That whisper will open the door. That whisper will place your feet upon the path your bloodline has waited to see fulfilled, my beloved child. The Spirit urges me to tell you this. Heaven's silence was never absence. The delays you thought were denials were, in truth, divine preparations. The waiting was not wasted, it was weaponized. While you suffered, angels were preparing. While you wept, scrolls were being written. While you thought nothing was happening, heaven was aligning the pieces for this moment. And now the silence has shattered, and you have been summoned to listen. Stay. Do not skip away from this word. Every second you remain is not wasted. It is war being won on your behalf. Even now, your body testifies, the shiver across your arms, the sudden heaviness in your chest, the tears you did not expect. These are confirmations, signs that heaven's breath is upon you. You were preserved, my child, preserved through storms, betrayals, and nights that should have ended you, preserved for this very moment. Tonight, the covering is being removed, and the truth of who you are is breaking through. You are chosen. You are sealed. You are marked. And the heavens themselves watch to see what you will do with this revelation. So I say again, tonight, September 17th, the divine clock whispered your name. 45 minutes remain. A heavenly decree has been opened. And if you dare to remain, if you dare to believe, then you will see what the enemy hoped you would never touch. But if you walk away, if you shrug it off, then the inheritance will move forward without you. The decision is yours. The clock is running, beloved. Lean in closer. You feel it already, the clock ticking behind your ribs, the strange weight pressing against your spirit. Do not be alarmed. This is not dread, but confirmation. The eternal realm brushes against your skin, leaving you trembling in the natural. The closer heaven draws, the more the atmosphere shifts. You have noticed it before, in fleeting moments, a sudden silence in the room, a chill across your arms, the way your heart thunders without reason. Those were whispers. But tonight is not a whispered, is a summons. This is why the divine clock called your name. You were preserved through battles that could have destroyed you. You survived storms meant to drown you, betrayals designed to hollow you out, nights so long you believed dawn would never return. And yet, here you are, still breathing, still standing, still searching. You thought survival was weakness, but survival was the strategy of heaven. You were not rejected, you were hidden. You were not punished, you were prepared. Every delay, every silence, every unanswered prayer was an investment. A seed pushed deep into the soil, waiting for this exact hour to break open. Tonight, the seed begins to crack. Tonight, the soil begins to tremble. Tonight, the decree opens. The page bearing your name does not fade, it burns brighter, as if waiting for you to claim it. But hear me, my child, decrees are not trophies. They are instructions. A decree ignored becomes an inheritance transferred. That is why the weight is so heavy now. Heaven is not casual with these moments. You cannot shrug and walk away as though nothing has happened. The clock is running, and the eyes of heaven measure your response. 45 minutes remain. Every second is a strike of the hammer in the courts of heaven. I have stood in those courts, beloved. I have seen the scrolls opened, the bowls tipped, the gavels fall. I know what it means when a decree carries fire. And I tell you with authority, your decree burns with urgency. It cannot linger forever. Heaven has declared the time, and the time is now. Do you sense the suspense? It is not only the decree, but the sign. Before this night passes, the sign will come. Do not tell yourself it was imagination. Do not explain it away. It will arrive quietly, because heaven rarely shouts where the faithful are already listening. Perhaps a knock on your door when no one stands there. Perhaps a vibration in your hand when no message has come. Perhaps the flicker of a light, though the room is still. Small, yes. Ordinary to others, yes. But for you, it is the echo of the decree pressing through the veil. The moment you notice, whisper only, I hear you, Lord. For that whisper is the key that turns the lock, the agreement that seals the covenant. And if you doubt, if you hesitate, If you wonder whether this is truly for you, look again at the path that brought you here. How many accidents tried to claim your life? How many voices tried to break you? How many nights threatened to end you? And yet you remained. Does that sound like coincidence? Or does it sound like preservation for a greater unveiling? Beloved, the reason you hear these words is because heaven has chosen you. And though the enemy has tried to bury you in silence, God has written your name in fire. Even now, I sense your spirit rising, though your mind trembles with questions. That trembling is not weakness, it is evidence. The warmth in your chest, the sudden moisture in your eyes, the unexplainable stirring, this is heaven's way of marking you. These sensations are not random. They are somatic confirmations, the evidence that your soul is aligned with the decree. Do not despise them. Do not say, I am only imagining. No, you are not imagining, you are experiencing. Heaven is brushing against your flesh, leaving traces to assure you the unseen is more real than the seen. And every breath you give now is a seed. Do not waste a single breath. Whisper your agreement. Declare silently, I hear you, for your whisper shakes more than you realize. Stay with me, beloved. Remain connected, not for the sake of man, not for the sake of numbers, but as covenant. To stay aligned is to remain under the flow. If you disconnect now, the stream may pass you by. But if you remain, every new whisper will find you ready. Consider this alignment not as subscription, but as staying seated at the table. The feast has not ended. What you taste now is only the first course. If you leave, you will hunger. If you stay, you will be filled. Guard this moment. Do not speak it too soon. Do not rush to share it. Some miracles bloom in silence. If you expose them too early, the fragrance dissipates and the flower withers. Keep it in your chest. Let it grow in secrecy until heaven itself announces it. The promise is yours, but its timing must be protected. So hear me once more. Tonight, September 17th, a divine clock whispered your name. A decree opened, and your inheritance burned upon the page. 45 minutes remain. Before this night ends, a sign will come. Do not explain it away. Whisper only, I hear you, Lord. Every second is holy. Every breath is a seed. The clock is running. Beloved, if the decree has been opened, then know this: it did not open without resistance. Every promise that burns with fire is hunted by shadows. Every inheritance that carries your name stirs jealousy in unseen places. And even now, as you lean into this word, there are whispers clawing at your ear, whispers that say, this is nothing. Turn away. Scroll past. Forget it. These whispers are not your own thoughts. They are intrusions, crafted to distract you, sent to pull you out of alignment before the miracle takes form. Do not mistake the enemy's noise for your own doubt. The voices that accuse you, that mock your hope, that remind you of your failures, those are not yours. They are jealous echoes, terrified of what will happen when you realize who you are. Why? Because the moment you agree with heaven, chains shatter in realms you cannot yet see, and the enemy, my child, fears nothing more than you believing you are chosen. Even now, I sense your body responding, a sudden weight pressing on your chest, a shiver down your back, the heat in your palms. This is not coincidence. These are confirmations. The Spirit is bearing witness inside of you that what you hear is truth. your body itself becomes the battlefield, trembling as heaven presses against you and shadows try to pull you away. You may feel tears rise without reason, or a heaviness that makes your breath catch. That is the tug of eternity. Do not run from it, welcome it. It is heaven proving that this word belongs to you. You must understand, heaven does not open decrees lightly. If your name is written in fire, then know that generations before you longed to see this hour, but did not. They prayed, they wept, they sowed, but their inheritance is now pressing upon you. The enemy sees it too, and that is why the conflict feels heavier in this season than ever before. The very fact that you have felt such pressure is evidence that the decree has been prepared. The greater the promise, the louder the resistance. Beloved, listen closely. What I say now must not be spoken to others yet. Some miracles bloom in silence. Guard this word, for it is sealed for your ears only. Do not scatter pearls before those who will trample them. There will be a time to testify, but this is not that time. For now, treasure it like oil in a sealed jar. Whisper it only in your prayers, and let it grow in secret. And here is the sign. Within 2 minutes of receiving this word, something will shift around you. A sound, a vibration, a flicker. Do not dismiss it. That moment will mark the enemy's fury and heaven's confirmation colliding in the natural. The counterfeit voice will tell you it means nothing. Do not listen. Heaven has already written your response. I hear you, Lord. Say it aloud. Say it in your heart. But do not let the sign pass without recognition. Have you noticed how, when you move closer to breakthrough, distractions multiply? When you pray, suddenly your phone rings. When you choose to believe, suddenly memories of failure overwhelm you. When you prepare to step forward, sudden fear grips your chest. These are not random. These are jealous interruptions, desperate to drag you back into silence. But hear me, the very resistance you feel is proof that the gate is near. Doors never creak until you place your hand upon them. The shaking you sense is not the door closing, is the lock breaking. Beloved, you are not losing your mind. You are not imagining the weight. You are not weak because you feel shaken. You are experiencing spiritual collision. Heaven and shadow meet in the middle, and your spirit is the territory they both fight to claim. That is why your body trembles, why your thoughts race, why your emotions rise suddenly. This is not failure, is evidence. The decree has opened, and now everything around you is adjusting to that reality. Stay with me. Do not let the whispers win. The countdown continues, and heaven does not waste its windows. 45 minutes are already slipping through your fingers. Do not trade them for distraction. Do not waste them in doubt. Hold your ground. Every moment you stay, angels move. Every breath you give, chains break. Every tear you shed, scrolls in heaven tremble. Beloved, you are not ordinary. That is why the enemy fights you so fiercely. You are marked. You are chosen. And though others may not see it, heaven knows your name, written in fire, written in light. The decree has been opened, and the only thing that can stop its unfolding is your agreement with lies. Refuse them. Whisper instead, I hear you, Lord, and watch how even the smallest agreement shakes the unseen. Beloved, let me take you deeper. If heaven has opened a decree, then the enemy has already released a counterfeit. Every true door is shadowed by a false one. Every true voice is pursued by an echo meant to confuse. You have noticed this before, moments where you were sure you heard God, but then doubt whispered so loud you wondered if you made it up. That is the counterfeit, the jealous shadow, trying to distort what was pure. Do not mistake the counterfeit for the real. The counterfeit will rush you, confuse you, exhaust you. The true word will steady you, mark you, and pull you closer to the heart of God. Even now, as I speak, the counterfeit whispers are circling. They say, "You're not chosen. This can't be for you. Nothing ever changes." But beloved, the very reason you hear these whispers is because the truth has already been declared. Lies do not swarm where nothing is at stake. The heaviness you feel tonight is not abandonment. It is warfare. When heaven speaks, earth trembles, and shadows rise in desperation. That is why, as this message pierces your spirit, you feel the pressure on your chest, the sting in your eyes, the shiver that won't leave. These are confirmations, somatic proofs. They tell you that what is happening in the unseen is pressing into the seen. Do not run from these sensations, embrace them. They are heaven's fingerprints on your body, and here is what you must guard: secrecy. Not every word is meant to be shouted from rooftops. Some miracles are strangled when exposed too soon. If you speak too quickly, the counterfeit will latch on, sowing doubt through the ears of those who do not understand. That is why I urge you, my child, hide this word in your chest. Do not tell everyone. Let it remain sealed between you and the Father until He Himself unveils it. This is secrecy clause number 1. If you guard the secret, the promise will grow. If you scatter it carelessly, the fragrance will fade. Now, listen to the micro-prophecy once more. Within 2 minutes, you will notice a sign. Perhaps you already have. Perhaps, even as these words pour over you, something stirred in your environment, a sound in the silence, a flicker of light, a vibration with no source. Do not dismiss it. That was not random. That was heaven marking you. Whisper only, "I hear you, Lord." That agreement, simple as it seems, is the seed that unlocks the decree. Consider this: the enemy thrives on delay. He tells you to wait until tomorrow, until you're stronger, until you're certain. But tomorrow is not promised, and heaven has not given you tomorrow. Heaven has given you now. The clock is not endless, it ticks with purpose. Every second you hesitate, shadows gain ground. Every second you believe, angels advance. That is why urgency burns in these words. Heaven is not casual with time, and neither should you be, beloved. Think of how many times you almost quit, almost surrendered, almost walked away, and yet something you could not explain kept pulling you back. That was not stubbornness. That was preservation. The enemy tried to silence you because he saw what you could not see: your name written in fire, your destiny sealed, your bloodline trembling with inheritance. He has fought you so violently because he knew what you would one day discover, that you were chosen. Do not let him win now. Do not let him trick you into thinking you are unworthy, unseen, unloved. You are marked, beloved. You are sealed. And the proof is not in what others say, it is in what you feel even now. The warmth in your spirit, the trembling of your hands, the tears that rise without cause. These are confirmations. These are heaven's gentle touches, saying, "This is for you. Stay, my child. Stay, beloved. Do not wander." Do not let the counterfeit distract you. For every moment you remain, something unseen shifts in your favor. Chains fall silently. Scrolls tremble on heavenly shelves. Angels move at the sound of your agreement. The decree with your name is not passive, it is active, living, waiting for your recognition. Whisper again, even now, I hear you, Lord. This is your shield against the whispers. Not arguments, not explanations. A whisper of faith, just as small as a seed, but powerful enough to silence the enemy. Do not forget this. When the counterfeit rises again tomorrow, whisper it. When fear returns in the night, whisper it. When your body trembles with doubt, whisper it. Every time you say, I hear you, Lord, heaven answers back, and I see you, child. So guard this word. Guard it with silence. Guard it with secrecy. Guard it with faith. The conflict will not destroy you, it will confirm you. The whispers will not drown youth, they will prove you are marked. The very pressure you feel is heaven and shadow colliding around you. Because the decree has been opened and your name burns upon the page. 45 minutes remain. Do not squander them. Do not trade them for distraction. Stay, watch, whisper. The clock is running, and heaven is listening for your agreement. Beloved, let me draw back the veil further. The decree has opened, but with it comes a choice, a moment of decision that cannot be delayed. Heaven never forces, it invites. And tonight, you are standing between two doors. One is real, carved with fire, leading to your inheritance. The other is counterfeit, polished with lies, designed to steal your attention. Both stand before you, both seem open, both look inviting. Yet only one carries your name. The counterfeit door will always appear easier. It will shimmer with promises that cost nothing, demand nothing, risk nothing. It will whisper, this way is quicker, safer, simpler. But, beloved, do not be deceived. Behind that door lies delay, disappointment, cycles that repeat until hope is exhausted. The true door, the one marked with fire, will not flatter you with ease. It will call you deeper. It may frighten you at first because the light is too bright for the eyes of flesh. But this is the door through which your inheritance flows. I have seen souls stand at these doors, trembling with indecision. Some reached for the counterfeit and lost decades of destiny. Others whispered, I hear you, Lord, and the true door opened like dawn breaking through stone. Beloved, tonight the same drama unfolds for you. The decree has placed both before you, and the countdown has begun. Which door will you choose? Do not think this is imagination. The signs are already stirring in your world. Have you noticed the strange interruptions lately? Lights flickering when you pray, sudden knocks with no source, dreams that linger after waking. These are not accidents. They are markers of the door drawing near. Each sign is a thread tugging you closer to the decision heaven awaits. And when the sign appears tonight, the knock, the flicker, the vibration, you must not explain it away. It is the invitation to step through the true door, and there is more. I have seen the scrolls in the court of heaven, scrolls that carry names, assignments, promises. On one of them, your name glows. Angels guard these scrolls until the moment of release. And tonight, your scroll trembles in their hands. It waits for your agreement, for your decision, for your whisper. If you ignore it, the scroll closes again, sealed for another time. If you embrace it, The scroll unrolls, spilling instructions and blessings into your life. Can you feel the weight of that? Your agreement determines whether the scroll opens fully or remains sealed. Do not underestimate this. Heaven has written your name, but earth demands your answer, your whisper, your staying, your faith. These are the keys that unroll the scroll. And then there are the bowls. I have seen them too, filled drop by drop with prayers, with tears, with groans too deep for words. They are not forgotten. Not one drop has been wasted. Every prayer you thought vanished into silence has been caught and stored. And tonight, one of those bowls tilts. The decree opened, the scroll trembled, and now the bowl leans, ready to pour. Do you sense it? That sudden weight of emotion you cannot explain. The ache rising in your spirit, the tears pressing at your eyes. That is the bowl tipping. Heaven has heard, and the answer is ready to be poured into your life. But again, there is conflict. For when bowls pour, shadows stir. They rush to tell you nothing has changed. You are imagining it will never happen. Yet that is their fear speaking. Shadows do not fight empty vessels. They fight tipping bowls. The more resistance you feel, the closer the bowl is to spilling over. Beloved, rejoice in the pressure. It is evidence that the outpouring is near. And finally, the gavel. I have stood in the courtroom where judgments fall. The judge of heaven sits, scrolls open, bowls tilting, and then the gavel strikes. One strike changes everything. One strike overturns years of silence. One strike cancels the accusations that shadows whispered over you. One strike opens doors no man can shut. Tonight, the gavel is in hand. The judge waits for your agreement, for your whisper, for your faith. When you stay, when you remain, when you whisper, I hear you, Lord, the gavel falls in your favor. Beloved, this is the drama of heaven. Scrolls trembling, bowls tipping, doors standing, gavels waiting. And you, my child, are in the center of it all. Do not shrink back. Do not turn aside. Do not listen to the counterfeit voice. Every second is sacred. Every breath a seed. The decree has opened, and heaven watches for your decision. Beloved, lean closer, for the choice grows sharper. The counterfeit door will not vanish, will beg for your attention until the final second of this window. That is how deception works. It sparkles, it flatters, it promises ease. Yet behind its surface lies only delay, cycles that spin you in circles until years are lost. Do not be seduced by what looks safe. Safety without destiny is only a cage with polished walls. The true door will not flatter you. It may frighten you at first, because its light is too pure for eyes accustomed to shadow. You may feel unworthy as you approach, wondering, can I really step through this? But hear me, your worthiness was never the requirement. Obedience is. Heaven does not demand perfection, it asks for agreement. Whisper it again, beloved, I hear you, Lord. That whisper pushes you toward. The signs will keep intensifying as the clock ticks down. Do not think it strange if tonight you notice more than 1 to knocks, 3 flickers, waves of vibration through your spirit. These are not to terrify you, but to assure you. The decree burns, the scroll unrolls, the bowl tips, and the gavel is raised. Heaven does not play games with your heart. Every sign is intentional, a thread tied to the decision you must make. Yet there is something you must guard carefully: secrecy. This is the second veil of silence. Not every vision is meant to be spoken. If you run to others with this word too soon, they may trample it with doubt, mocking what they cannot understand. Some promises, when exposed early, suffocate under the weight of unbelief. This is why heaven whispers to you in private. Treasure it, guard it, hide it until the time of unveiling. Remember, even Joseph, when he dreamed of stars bowing, was hated for speaking too quickly. Do not make the same mistake. What is being written for you tonight must mature in silence. Heaven will announce it in its own time. For now, your agreement is enough. Your whisper, "I hear you, Lord," is enough, beloved. You may wonder why the signs come so quietly. Why not thunder? Why not trumpets? Because intimacy requires whispers. A lover does not shout secrets across the room. They lean close, and only the beloved hears. So too does heaven lean close tonight. If you hear the knock, the flicker, the vibration, it is proof that you are the beloved. Do not despise the whisper. It is evidence that heaven has bent low to meet you. And what of the delay you have endured? The unanswered prayers, the long nights, the doors that never seemed to open. Hear me clearly. Delay is not denial. Delay is preparation. Delay is heaven, aligning pieces you cannot yet see. Seeds do not sprout in daylight alone. They break in the darkness of soil. Your waiting has been fertile, not wasted. Every sigh was recorded, every tear bottled, every silent ache written in the scrolls. Now those records are speaking, testifying for you in the courts of heaven. The gavel is about to strike. I can almost hear it, the sound of justice, the echo of finality. When it falls, accusations shatter. When it falls, the counterfeit door slams shut. When it falls, your true inheritance is released. Do not imagine this is metaphor, it is reality. Heaven's court is more real than the ground beneath your feet. And tonight its judgment swings in your favor. But you must choose. You must decide. The decree will not chase you through the counterfeit door. It waits at the true one. It waits for your whisper, for your agreement, for your faith. Do not let fear hold you back. Fear is the doorkeeper of the counterfeit. Faith is the key to the true. Choose faith. Choose light. Choose obedience, beloved. The countdown continues. The 45 minutes are not endless. Already, moments have slipped away. Already, heaven leans in to see what you will do. Every second you remain, chains fall. Every second you whisper, doors open. Every second you guard the secret, the promise grows stronger. Stay, remain. Do not let the counterfeit pull you away now, tonight. The drama of heaven plays out in your life, doors waiting, scrolls trembling, bowls tipping, gavels raised, and you, chosen one, are the center of it all. Do not falter. Do not retreat. Whisper it again. I hear you, Lord. The true door will swing open, and when it does, nothing can close it. Beloved, let me tell you a mystery. The shaking you feel in your life has not been your undoing. It has been your confirmation. What you thought was destruction was actually the sound of heaven preparing harvest. Do you know why storms come before fruit falls from the tree? Because the shaking is what releases what has ripened. Without the storm, the fruit would cling forever and rot in its season. With the storm, what is ready falls into waiting hands. The storm you endured was not punishment. It was alignment. It was heaven shaking what no longer belonged, so that what was meant for you could drop into your lap. Every tear you shed was water upon the soil. Every cry you thought unanswered was a vibration shaking branches. And now, beloved, the fruit is ready to fall. You must see differently now. What looked like rejection was protection. The people who left you, the doors that closed, the opportunities that slipped through your fingers, they were not losses. They were counterfeit fruit shaken away so the true fruit could remain. Had you kept what you thought you wanted, you would have spoiled before your time. But because heaven shook you, only the true promise will fall into your life. Beloved, can you feel that? The shift even now in your chest, the weight loosening as if chains are cracking. This is heaven's reframe. You are not cursed. You are not abandoned. You are aligned. What shook you was not wrath, but mercy. What stripped you was not hatred, but preparation. What delayed you was not punishment, but the perfection of timing. Even your enemies did not see this coming. They mocked when storms surrounded you, thinking the shaking would destroy you. But they did not know heaven's strategy. They did not know that storms reveal roots, and your roots ran deeper than they guessed. You were not shaken apart, you were shaken free. And now the same enemies who laughed will watch you eat at a table prepared in their sight. Beloved, I have seen the table. It is set with more than food did, is set with restoration. Your health, long battered by stress, will taste of renewal. Your finances, drained by years of struggle, will be replenished with opportunities you could not engineer. Your joy, stolen piece by piece, will return in waves. And it will not be quiet, it will overflow. This table is not for you alone. It is for your household, for your children, for those who depend on you. The blessing that comes now is not a trickle. It is a flood that touches everyone seated near you. Think of it, beloved, the atmosphere of your home shifting, the heaviness that clung to your walls lifting, the arguments that spiraled into weariness dissolving into peace, the laughter of children, the warmth of family, the sound of joy where there was silence. This is the overflow of the decree. Heaven never blesses in half measures. When it comes, it spills, but you must remain aligned. Hear me clearly, this alignment is not casual, it is covenant. When I say, stay connected, stay near, subscribe, do not hear it as numbers on a screen. Hear it as heaven's whisper. Remain where I pour, so you do not miss the next drop. The feast does not end here. This is only the beginning. Do not leave the table half-fed. Remain, beloved. Stay aligned, for the next word may be the one that unlocks the very promise your soul has begged for. And let me tell you something more. The laughter that will fill your home will not be ordinary. It will echo against the silence of years past. Where you once sat in despair, you will rise in joy. Where you once hid in shame, you will walk in radiance. The storm that shook you will be remembered not as ruin, but as the day the fruit finally fell. You will look back and say, if not for the storm, I would not have received this harvest, beloved. Take this truth into your chest. Your shaking was not your ending, it was your releasing. Heaven was not punishing you, it was positioning you. What felt like tearing was actually pruning, and the fruit now ready is sweeter than you imagined. This is why the decree burned, why your name glowed, why the clock whispered, because the season of famine is closing, and the season of overflow is opening. Stay, beloved. Do not step away. The clock still runs, and every second carries another drop of blessing from the bowl above you. Whisper it once more with trembling lips. I hear you, Lord. That whisper is the net that catches the falling fruit. That whisper is the covenant that keeps you at the table. That whisper is the sound that frightens your enemies. For they know once you whisper agreement, nothing can stop what heaven has already released. Beloved, let your heart breathe for a moment. Feel the weight begin to lift, the storm reframed, the shaking turned into release. What once looked like chaos was the very hand of heaven guiding you. And now the promise does not stop at your own chest, it spills outward, covering those who are connected to you. The decree that bears your name is not selfish. It is generational. It touches your children, your family, your household. Even those who doubted you will taste the overflow of what you are stepping into. When heaven releases a blessing, it does not stop at the boundary of one soul. It floods. The fragrance fills the house, and everyone inside inhales it. Beloved, hear me. The laughter returning to your life will echo into the lives of those around you. The joy being written into your atmosphere will change the tone of your home. Where once arguments lingered, peace will sit like a crown. Where heaviness hovered, light will spill through the windows. Even your sleep will be touched. The nightmares, the restlessness, the anxious tossing in the night, these will dissolve, replaced by rest so deep it feels like being held in eternal arms. The blessing will not be silent. Those who mocked you will see it. They will wonder how the storms that should have destroyed you left you standing in abundance. They will whisper, surely God has done this. And in their whisper, heaven will receive glory. For even your enemies are written into the promise not as victors, but as witnesses. They will sit at the table not to eat, but to watch you feast. Do not despise this. It is not arrogance, it is justice. Heaven does not humiliate, it vindicates. The laughter in your home, the restoration in your body, the renewal of your finances, the fresh joy in your spirit, these are not simply rewards. They are testimonies written against the voices that accused you. Every blessing becomes evidence. Every restoration becomes proof. And still, beloved, there is more. The decree carries hidden compartments, blessings that will not only lift you, but overflow into those you love. Perhaps you have wept for a child, prayed for a parent, carried the burden of a sibling. Know this, the overflow will touch them. The light pouring over you tonight will stretch like a river, flowing into their lives. Do not be surprised if they feel shifts without understanding why. Do not be surprised if their atmosphere changes while you say nothing. The blessing is contagious. The decree spills beyond you, but you must remain aligned. This is the gentle warning hidden within the promise. If you wander, if you disconnect, if you treat this as casual, you may still see blessing, but the overflow will thin. Alignment is covenant. Staying connected is not optional, it is survival. Beloved, when I say subscribe, stay aligned, it is not for vanity. It is heaven whispering. Do not drift away from the flow. The river is moving. Stay in its stream. Can you sense it now? The fruit dropping, the table being set, the bowls tipping, the shaking reframed as harvest, the silence reframed as strategy, the delay reframed as alignment. Every valley you thought buried you has become the ground from which abundance springs. Every tear watered the soil of promises, now ready to bloom. And beloved, remember this: promises are not fragile when guarded by heaven, but they can be delayed when ignored. Do not neglect what you hear tonight. Guard it, cherish it. Whisper agreement every time the enemy tempts you to doubt. Say it again, even now. I hear you, Lord. That phrase is more than words. It is a seed, a covenant, a shield. With it, you water the harvest. With it, you strengthen the flow. With it, you silence shadows. Beloved, storms no longer terrify you. They remind you fruit is near. Shaking no longer frightens you. It tells you bowls are tipping. Silence no longer depresses you. It proves heaven is aligning what cannot be seen. You will not fear these things again. You will recognize them as signs, as confirmations, as the rhythm of heaven moving in your favor. So remain at the table. Do not push away. Do not leave. The feast has only begun. Heaven is not serving crumbs, it is pouring rivers. And you, beloved, are not a beggar. You are an heir. Say it once more with me. I hear you. Lord, let those words seal this section into your spirit, marking you, aligning you, holding you steady as the countdown continues. The clock is still running, but the promise is already pouring, beloved. You have walked through the storm. You have stood at the doors. You have guarded the scroll in silence. And now we come to the moment of elevation. Tonight, the decree does not remain hidden. It is written across heaven in fire. I see your name, glowing, burning, alive. Not written in ink that fades, not etched in stone that crumbles, but inscribed in flames that no shadow can extinguish. This decree is not fragile, it is eternal. And yet, as powerful as it is, heaven waits for your agreement. Do you feel it now? That pressure in your chest, the trembling in your hands, the sense that every word burns deeper than the last. That is because the decree is not hovering, it is pressing against you, waiting to be unlocked. And here is the mystery. The vault has been sealed, holding blessings preserved for generations, waiting for this hour. When you whisper, I hear you, Lord, the vault begins to open. Picture it now. Heavy doors of bronze, locked for decades, shaking as light pierces through the cracks. Behind them lies inheritance you never imagined: health, joy, provision, peace, opportunities hidden from the eyes of men. Even promises your ancestors prayed for but never touched are stored within. The vault opens not because of effort, but because of agreement. Your whisper is the key. Beloved, the chains are already cracking. You may feel it as heat in your palms, as tears you cannot stop, as shivers down your arms. Every sensation is not weakness, it is evidence. Evidence that the unseen locks are breaking, that the vault is trembling, that what was sealed is about to pour. Do not resist it. Do not explain it away. This is the moment where the countdown reaches its climax. Yet heaven warns you, guard this moment with secrecy. This is the third and final clause of silence. What you are about to receive is too sacred to scatter. Not all will understand. Some will mock, some will dismiss, some will attempt to poison what is pure. Do not share too quickly. Do not post it for validation. Hold it in the silence of your chest, sealed until heaven itself tells you to speak. Some miracles bloom best in secret. Protect this bloom until it is strong enough to stand in the open. Beloved, can you feel the weight of the gavel raised one last time? I hear it in the courts of heaven. The judge leans forward. The scroll lies open. The bowls are tipping, the decree burns, and the vault shakes. One strike will seal it. One strike will silence every accusation. One strike will confirm what has already been written, and that strike is near. Do not wander now. Do not walk away now. Every second you remain here is a second chains are breaking. Every breath you give is another lock undone. Every whisper you release is another decree set in your favor. The enemy hoped you would leave before this moment, hoped you would skip away before the vault opened, hoped you would ignore the whispers. But you stayed, you remained, and because you remained, the field you watered with your tears will now bloom with fruit you cannot contain. 40-5 minutes remain, but they are dwindling. The clock still ticks, but the gavel is ready. Every second counts, beloved. Do not leave the field half-watered. Do not exit while the chains are halfway broken. Stay until the final second, for in those seconds, heaven does more than in years of striving. The last drops of oil are often the ones that break the jar. Stay for them. Wait for them. Do not miss them, beloved. Whisper it once more, even if your voice trembles, even if your body shakes. I hear you, Lord. That whisper echoes louder than shouts in heaven. That whisper reverberates through vaults, through scrolls, through bowls, through doors. That whisper makes shadows flee. That whisper tells heaven. The child agrees, and when heaven hears agreement, nothing can stop what has been written. Beloved, the hour is closing, and the clock runs faster now. Can you feel it? Each second lands like thunder in your spirit, each moment heavier than the last. What began as a whisper has become a roar in the unseen. The decree is no longer waiting, it is moving. The vault is no longer sealed. The chains are no longer holding. They are shattering piece by piece. This is why storms did not consume you, why betrayals did not bury you, why silence did not erase you. You were preserved for this very moment, not just to survive, but to rise, not just to exist, but to be elevated. And now the heavens declare, you are chosen, you are marked, you are beloved, beloved child. Every force that once pressed you down will now bow beneath your feet. Every voice that once accused you will fall silent. Every fear that haunted you will dissolve like smoke in the wind. The gavel is about to fall, and when it does, no shadow can appeal it. No enemy can overturn it. No lie can delay it. The judgment is in your favor. The decree is sealed. The vault is open. Do you sense the trembling in your spirit? That is not weakness. That is the earth beneath you, adjusting to what heaven has released. Even your body cannot contain the weight of what pours into your atmosphere. Tears, chills, fire in your chest. These are confirmations, evidence that the unseen has broken into the seen. Do not despise them. Let them flow. Heaven is signing its name upon your flesh. And now, beloved, let me tell you the last secret. This is not the end, is the opening. What feels like a conclusion is truly a beginning. The 45 minutes are not a closing door. They are a birthing chamber. Every second left is another push, another contraction, another surge of life forcing what is hidden into the light. Do not leave the chamber early. Stay until the miracle is born. Guard what you have received. Secrecy still matters. Do not speak too soon. Do not cast this pearl before careless ears. Some things must ripen before they can be shared. Tonight is your covenant in silence. Tomorrow will be your testimony in public. Heaven itself will announce what you kept hidden. Until then, guard it, protect it, water it with whispers in prayer. Say it again with me. Even now, I hear you, Lord. This is the covenant phrase, the agreement between your spirit and heaven. Each time you say it, a chain falls. Each time you say it, the vault groans wider. Each time you say it, the decree burns brighter. Do not stop saying it. Make it the rhythm of your breath, the beat of your heart. Let it be your shield against doubt, your sword against fear, your anchor in storms. Beloved, you must not walk away now. Do not leave the field half-watered. Do not close the book when only the first page has turned. Stay until the last second, because every second is holy. Heaven does not waste a breath. The oil that drips last is the sweetest. The chains that snap last are the loudest. The blessings that fall last are the heaviest. Stay until the final drop has poured. And hear this, the next whisper will come. Do not miss it. Do not wander. Do not disconnect. Stay aligned. Stay near. Stay seated at the table. For heaven is not finished. Tonight is only the beginning of a sequence written long ago. If you leave now, you risk missing the next seal as it opens, the next decree as it burns, the next blessing as it pours. So I call you once more, remain connected, not for man, not for numbers, but for covenant. Subscribe not as an action, but as an alignment, as a way of saying to heaven, I will not drift from the stream. Do this so the next whisper does not pass you by. Heaven is still speaking, and you must not miss the sound. Beloved child, the time has come. The gavel is raised, the decree burns, the vault bursts open, the bowls tip, the scrolls unroll, and the doors swing wide. Every second you remain now seals what heaven has written. Every breath you whisper now plants seeds for years to come. Do not doubt, do not delay, do not depart. Stay until the very end. And when the sign comes and it will, do not explain it away. Whether a knock, a flicker, a vibration, or a whisper in your chest, recognize it. Say only, I hear you, Lord. That phrase will be the key that locks the covenant, the sound that seals the decree, the whisper that echoes through eternity. The clock is almost finished. The 45 minutes are closing, but heaven's promise is opening. You are chosen. You are marked. You are beloved. And tonight, your name has been written in fire.